Hi everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and today I got something for you guys that I have been waiting a long time for. That's right guys, today I'm bringing you the unboxing of the PS5 physical guys, copy and collector's edition of the game of the year of like every award, Baldur's Gate 3. That's right. Today I am joined by two of my favorite Forgotten Realms characters, Drist and Kitty Bree, and the little gelatinous cube action going on over here as well to show you all what is in this collector's edition that has been delayed upon delayed, and I have been patiently and sometimes impatiently waiting for this physical copy of the game. For those of you who don't know, I am a person who does not buy a game if it's digital only, and it pains me as somebody who has played all the original games. I was obsessed with Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 2, Neverwinter 1 and 2. The games were phenomenal. And I know from everybody out there, Larian has killed it with this game. And I am just happy that I finally get to join all of you that have been playing this and experiencing it for myself. Now, I do not really even know what's in this collector edition. Honestly, when Larian announced it, I literally went to the site, added to cart, ordered it. Done. Never even looked into it. Doesn't actually say on the back of the box even what's included in it. It just tells you about the game. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to let you take a look at this collector's box. I'm going to cut the plastic off first so you guys can get a better look at it without the glare. And we're going to open it up and take a look at all the stuff that Larian included with this collector's edition. All right, guys, so as you can see here, I mean, it's nothing huge and, you know, super fancy for just the outer box here. It's just got the PS5 logo, the Baldur's Gate 3 logo, the Larian Studios logo. It doesn't even really say collector's edition or anything like that. I do like how it actually looks like a leathery kind of book almost here in the front, and that will actually tie into the rest of the packaging. So over here on the side, we've got just Baldur's Gate 3 and Larian, and it looks like the spine of a book. Here on the back of the box, we've just got literally what's on the back of a game disc case, which is just the info about the game, your ESRB rating, etc., etc. Nothing super fancy here, nothing that even details what's inside the box, anything like that. And then again, this spine here looks like the pages from a book with a clasp on it, which is kind of cool, bringing you to both the top and the bottom looking like pages. So it's kind of cool that it actually looks like a book. And I'm sure once we take the slipcover and everything else off and get everything opened up, that maybe it will actually open up like a book. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear the table, and we're going to take a look at what's inside this box. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. I'm going to put everything out here, and then as always, I'm going to bring you in and give you detailed looks at everything in the box. So I believe this is just a slipcase. Slipcase peels off, and it actually is just like the slipcase, only without the PS5 emblazoned logo and stuff like that. There's no Larian, no mature rating, so it does look like a book more than this did. So this did look like a book, but this definitely looks more so like a book. If they would have maybe contoured it and kind of made it more like a book, gave it some edging and stuff like that, kind of made it a rounded edge, it would have looked a little bit cooler. But it's pretty much the same exact thing as the other, the slipcase here. So on the back, literally, it's almost the same exact thing. So very similar. It does have the spine as well. And it does have all the, again, the pages and the clasp here. So pretty cool. And it looks like you're actually going to have to, I'm not a fan of this part. So rather than something, if you guys watch my Unicorn Overlord unboxing or anything like that, it had a magnet here on the box with a flap, and you could just open it up. This looks like this is tape right here, and you're gonna have to either cut it or peel the tape off. And that I'm not super impressed with, guys. Let me get my cutter. I honestly don't want to try to peel the label because I don't want to wreck the art box. So I'm going to give it a good slash right here and a good slash on the two ends of the tape. And we're going to just slide this out. But already bad decision on that one. Voila, through the magic of editing, I've cut this now. And I did cut it as neatly as I could, so that even when it's closed, you don't really see it. But I am not a fan of that already. So this will slide right out. And that's the thing. So this slides out, and it's open face. So they could have made a flap. But it is what it is. We'll just continue onward. So what we've got here first, it looks like we've got quality control label, and we've got paper. Feels really, really cool. Looks like we have a map that kind of unfolds almost like a Dungeon Master kind of trifold here. Very, very cool. It is a textured paper to feel like a map, and again, I'll show you guys when I zoom in and give you guys all the stuff. It says Baldur's Gate 3 here on the back. So pretty nice. Would have been nicer if it was like a cloth map or an actual parchment map, but I like the way they textured the paper here. And obviously you're not going to be able to feel the textured paper, but it is very textured, and that is a cool little feature. Next item here is, looks like this is going to be a poster. Yes. So we've got what's going to be a Baldur's Gate 3 poster. And it will probably go up in my game room. Decently sized. Don't know if you're going to be able to see all that in here, but it is, again, the Baldur's Gate 3 poster. Again, decently sized, your standard poster. The only thing is because it is folded, it's going to have all the typical problems like a folded poster does with creases, stuff like that. Next up, we've got stickers. We've got lots and lots of sticker sheets. So we got a bunch of logos. We've got a bunch of, I believe those are the class emblems. We've got some chibi character portraits. We've got some banners. And we have some chibi monster stickers. And then we have the physical copy of the game, which I believe, I'll show you guys right now. That new game smell. It's one thing digital collectors will never understand, is that smell of opening a new game. So this is a 2-disc game on the PS5. You have the data disc, and then you have your play disc. So it is a very big game. And, oh, we've got something else down here. We've got a physical, I appreciate the hell out of that too, 3-disc soundtrack. Even nicer. Very, very nice artwork on the disc. I love how they've got a Mind Flayer here as disc 1. Very, very cool. Very nice packaging. I dig that. Cool. And then we've got some iron-on patches that came with it as well. And I think that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead, give you guys a quick flyby of everything in the box and kind of give my final thoughts on this collector's edition. All right, guys, so first up, here is your look at the Baldur's Gate 3 poster. Again, it looks really, really cool. I dig the Mind Flayer up top. That looks awesome. I dig the Mind Flayers in the corner. Very cool looking. But again, with it being all folded and everything else up, it's going to have a bunch of your typical creases and lines. And, you know, something that comes in a collector edition, I really would have liked to have seen something that was maybe rolled up in the box. But all in all, it's still a cool poster. Here is your look at the fold-out map. And again, it doesn't translate very well for the feel of the paper, but it is a parchment type paper. Looks pretty good. But again, since it is folded too, just like the poster, you're going to get your crease lines. But with this, it does have the effect of kind of a Dungeon Master panel trifold. And again, here is the back of it with the Baldur's Gate logo emblazoned on the back side of the panels. All right, guys, so here's just a closer look at the box again. And this is where my biggest flaw here is, again, with this and having to cut this part open. Was not a big fan of that, to just have a drawer here. I think the better thing would have been to have made a magnetic flap like they did with the Unicorn Overlord box. That was shaped like a box as well, with a seal right here. I think it would have made a nicer package all in all. But again, the box is literally just, it looks like a book. And again, having this kind of be a magnet and open up would have been a lot cooler for the presentation and the cost of a collector's edition. Again, this is the back of the box right here, back of the book, whatever you want to call it. Nothing super, super fancy. These are the iron-on patches that you get with the box as well. You know, I'll probably never put them on anything, but they'll go in my displays nonetheless. Pretty cool. I don't know what these symbols are yet. I'm going to guess they're for different factions in the game, but I will find out once I start it. Next up comes the sticker sheets. I'll start first with the chibi creatures. Very, very cute. Cute, cute, cute. They do look really, really cute. I do love the elephant with wings over here. That's very, very cute. Then we got here, next up is all of the banners, stuff like that. So they're all die cut, so you won't have to worry about any big outlines or anything like that on them. Next here, it looks like we have, again, the class icons, stuff like that. So I'm guessing we've got Paladin, we've got Bard, we've got Barbarian, we've got Thief, we've got Fighter, we've got Mage, etc., etc. We've got Ranger. I noticed majority of these, so again, pretty nice looking. We have these chibi character portraits here, and again, I don't know if these are companions you can get in the game or what they're based off of, but I'm sure I will find out once I start playing the game. And then lastly, we have the sticker sheet of all the different logos from Larian and the game itself. And that's it for all the sticker sheets. Next up is the original game soundtrack. I appreciate a good physical copy of even soundtracks. We've got a list of all the tracks here for CD3. This is actually CD3 right here. Love the artwork, guys. Looks really, really good. Again, it's a trifold, so we've got CD2 and we've got CD1. I feel like this one and this one should have been flipped, so it would have went 1, 2, 3, but it goes 1, 2, 3 this way. You know, no big deal. And I'm going to flip it over, hopefully not knock all the CDs out. And again, you've got your track lists right here. CD3 has its own page, CD1 and 2, and then you've got your cover. Again, a very nice piece just for the presentation sake of it with the trifold CDs. And lastly, of course, we have the physical copy of the game with the 2 discs. No kind of a manual or anything like that inside of it. Nothing really super fancy. And of course, the back of the disc case. Alright guys, so that's it for the unboxing and your closer look at the Baldur's Gate 3 PS5 Collector Edition from Larian Studios. Now, I'm going to kind of rate this on a double-edged scale here, guys. Because on one aspect, getting a physical copy of this game through someone other than those hacks at limited run games and stuff like that is a 10 out of 10. The fact this comes directly from Larian Studios is a great, great thing. That alone is a 10 out of 10, just to get a physical copy of the game, guys. The collector's edition contents, however, are an extreme letdown for not only the price, which just went for a little over $100, the actual contents itself, after delay and delay and delay and delay, didn't really do it for me. And again, the thing that makes up for the lack of the quality content, so to speak, is the fact that I have a physical disc. I would have liked something like maybe an art book, even a softcover art book with some art from the game. Something a little bit different than the stickers and the iron-on patches. I mean, they're cool, but that's something that you usually get as a little pack-in with a lot of these other Japanese-developed games. So I can't really speak super positively about the content, like the extras that come with this. I do love the physical 3-disc soundtrack. It's really the only thing I like that came packed in with this. The box itself had some potential, but with the having to cut the box, the tape on the box, kind of killed the whole aesthetic of this thing being a book and you opening it, right? Instead, you had to cut the seal and slide a slide out. Not really the coolest thing, especially when you had another collector's edition that just came out recently that I unboxed, Unicorn Overlord. Again, check that video out as well, guys. That did the whole book/box so amazingly well. And it was simple. It was a flap. There was a magnet here in it, and it opened. And all your contents were inside. Very simple, very easy. And I would have appreciated to have something cool like that for a display and the aesthetic of it. If you're going to model this after a book, at least have it open up rather than slide out. Again, that's me nitpicking, but as someone who is a collector's edition whore, I want to see where the money goes. And does the content that comes with it justify it? I mean, sure, if you figure it's a $70 retail game, it's an extra $30. I don't think, other than the soundtrack, much of the stuff in this is really worth it. But all in all, as a package, and the fact that this is the only way you can get this game physically, it is worth it, and I have to recommend it, guys. The physical copy, it's a 10 out of 10, just to have it. The actual collector's edition content, because of the kind of slip-ups, things that are kind of missing from something like a D&D type thing that has lots of cool artwork, I'm sure, lots of amazing characters, lots of enemies we could see photos of and drawings of and artwork of. Not having an art book really does kind of just kill it for me. And the collector's edition contents, the pack-ins as a whole, I gotta go with a 6 out of 10 for the extras, guys. So with a 6 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10, I gotta give this, I guess we're gonna go in the middle ground. We're gonna say an 8 out of 10. And the only saving grace is because this is the way to get the physical copy. If there were other ways to buy it physically, just a standard game, I would recommend you buy just the standard game. Which you can buy an Asian import, but it is going to be heavily, heavily censored. So I do not recommend that. This is the only way to get the game physically, stateside, uncensored, uncut, the way the developer wanted it. So I do recommend getting this. But you're going to be a little let down with the contents inside the box. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I wasn't too much of a downer. I am super, super excited for this. Like I said, for me to have the physical copy, it was worth it. So it's up to you to decide for yourselves. But guys, if you did like the video, make sure to click that like button, click that subscribe button, click that share button, spread the nerdiness, follow on all my social medias. The links are down in the description below. And before I say goodbye, if you guys are curious about these goodies here all over the table, I'm going to give you a rundown real quick. These are all part of the now, I believe, defunct Modern Icons line from GameStop, which included Drizzt and Katie Bree, and the Gelatinous Cube, as well as replicas of Twinkle and Icing Death. And guys, if you want to check these out, some of these videos on my channel are a little bit older, Drizzt and the Swords, and some of them are a little more recent, like Katie Bree and the Gelatinous Cube. So the video quality is going to be a little hit and miss. But if you want to check these things out as kind of a companion to the Baldur's Gate 3, check out those unboxings and reviews on the channel as well. And if you guys would like me to do a revisiting of this entire line, now that I have better lighting, better camera, stuff like that, let me know as well, because that is one of the videos that I have kind of on my docket. But enough of that little segue, guys. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.